show where we discuss anything that we want to talk about, and eventually one of us is dubbed the third wheel because the other two don't like that person and dubbed them the third wheel. They contributed less to the story, or just were not involved, or just less liked by the other two in that episode. They then get to pick the topic for next week's episode, and then try to not become the third wheel again. I'm Steven, and I am joined by Brandon and Grace. Say hello.
Whoa.
I think
Wow.
that Grace is really happy to be here today.
I'm
I feel like each intro just gets like slowly declines in, enthusiasm.
if you're listening
or...
out there, two people from foreign countries that we don't know.
Hit us up.
Just
Wait,
It's
is
gonna
that...
get to a point where it's just the intros are just gonna be complete silence, and we're just gonna go right into the topic.
anyway, guys.
Next week's episode is just us starting off topping, and nothing is in, like, there's no context to anything that's being said. I might do that for the blooper thing. Just have no context to it, make it seem like a normal episode, and then it's just bloopers changing all of the time. That would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, I was the damn it. I was the third wheel of last week's episode. I wasn't enough of a gamer, is what we established. So this week's episode, I have the topic, and it's moments that you wish were caught on film. So it's like things that happened that no one would believe a storytelling, or just kind of like so amazing or whatever that you really wish you got on video, but didn't, or moments that you can't believe someone recorded because of how they were so fucking funny. Do we? Yeah, we got ideas, kind of.
Understood.
Maybe? Understood.
I don't know.
I love that. And
Anyway.
to start us off, I have a story that, Brandon, you might actually have been there for this.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I wasn't.
No, you
That's
said
sexist.
you didn't want to go. I will start telling the story.
Was it the soccer game?
Yeah.
It always goes back to the soccer game. God damn
Because
it.
this is an instance in which I think you might have been there for this game, Brandon. You might not have.
Crap holes.
I didn't have my license at the time, okay? My bad.
But Brandon did. Brandon could have took you. Anyways.
That would have been like 20 minutes in the opposite direction, only to go like, 40 minutes in the other direction again? That would have been cruel.
And?
You're right, my bad.
Okay, so yeah, it's at this tournament, but I think you were only there for the one day. I think you were there on the Sunday, not the Saturday, or vice versa. Or
yeah,
whatever.
I remember I was there for just one day, yeah.
Yeah, and it was only for one game, wasn't it? Or were you there for both games?
I think I was there the whole day.
Okay. Then you might have been there for this. It's the start of I'm playing for a club. We're at a tournament out in Folsom, and we're playing in the championship game. We're playing in the qualifier game. So basically, like how our team did, it was a point-based system. Like the two teams who have the most points get to go on to the finals is how it really worked. Based off of our first two games, we only needed 1 point to secure a spot in the final. And the way points work is you get 1 point for each goal scored, up to 3 goals. You get 6 points for a win, and then 1 point for a shutout. You can get a max of 10 points in a game. And yeah, we only needed 1 point, so we either needed to win the game, tie the game. Literally, we just had to play the game. We were in the finals. And literally, right out of the kickoff, the whistle blew. I'm playing a forward position, and I don't know what the other team is doing, but they start with the kickoff, and they kick the ball back into their half in order to like start a push from their midfield and whatnot. and they hit it a little bit too far, but like no one else on their team does anything for it, and I just start sprinting for this ball. I get there and I see people like actually start to like play the game because I ran past like 5 people just standing still being like, bro, what kind of pass was that? And then I immediately shot it, and the goalkeeper was kind of doing the same thing as far as like not really paying attention to anything that was going on, kind of just like waiting for the game to get started or kind of like calling out their player or whatnot. And I shot the ball as soon as I received it, and it went through one defender, like it went through their legs and went straight into the goal within the first 7 seconds of the whistle being blown. And I ran back and I was like, that's probably the fastest goal I've ever scored in my life. And after the game, I had learned that my mom, who usually records games as far as getting footage for college scouts and whatnot, had not even set up her camera yet, and I didn't get that goal recorded for footage. And this tournament was one of the best tournaments I've ever performed in, and was one of the first times that I ever actually was able to get footage for like a video. And yeah, she didn't get it. She was not recording. She didn't have anything set up, and I was so upset. And still to this day, I'm quite annoyed by that, because yeah, it literally just ran past everyone, just hit it as soon as I got up to it, scored a goal, looked around, everyone was like, all right, well, guess we got our 1 point that we needed, and then finished out that game. But it wasn't on film. And to my knowledge, she actually started recording like maybe 10 minutes into the first quarter being started, which meant that she missed a lot of things as well. But yeah, I don't know if you were there for that game or not, Brandon. You might have been, but you might not have
I
been.
was definitely there for like your awards ceremony, because
You were there, yeah.
I do specifically remember taking pictures of your awards ceremony.
I definitely do remember those pictures too. I think I still have one. It's horrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. Have you seen that picture, Grace? As Brandon
I have
showed
not.
me that? Oh my god!
Oh,
You still have that
I'll
picture?
have to send that in here.
Oh my god! Brandon caught.
You're gonna have to include it as a special.
Absolutely, YouTube.
No, Steven, you gotta edit in the picture.
I will.
Oh my god, that's right.
YouTube.
The cursed picture.
YouTube. YouTube, beware of this. But basically, for
our YouTube subscribers get so much joy.
Okay, but basically, to like explain why this picture is so cursed, is that one, it's like 100 degrees outside. It's in the middle of the day, so it's bright. I have that stage of my hair where it's like not really long, but it's long to the point where like it's all over the place. So it's like just too short to like tie up or like ponytail in any sort of way, but long enough to where it's like all over the place. I just finished 2 games in this, like running around in the sun, so my face is bright red. But Brandon got the perfect angle in which I was looking at someone else and like mid laugh, but also like kind of looking at him as well. And you know the sun's in my eyes, so I just look like like a horror monster. It's so freaking gross.
It's great. It's great.
Do you still have it?
I can. Yeah, while we're talking here, I can look through it.
You should totally try and find that. But oh yeah, it's so gross. It's so cursed. I had it for a little bit, but I think it was on my old phone because it's not on this one. Oh, I hated it. It was so disgusting. You took like a few of them as well.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
you got
100%.
different angles. You got many different angles.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a day that I will never forget because of the fact that not only was it one of the fastest goals I've ever scored, it was also one of the most important games that I've played at one of the most important times in order to do it. So yeah, I was very peeved by that.
Oh.
Damn
yeah.
it.
How about you guys?
Well, if we're gonna, keep on the topic of sports, this isn't for the same reason why I would want it to be recorded, but I really kind of wish that my T-ball days were recorded because I think I mentioned it to you guys before. I don't know if I've ever talked about it on the podcast, but um, I was a young lad, and I
Ah!
and I didn't know what I was doing, so
Oh my god.
like I just like honestly like I mean I was young enough to I have memories of it, but I just don't think I understood what I was doing. I don't know how I ended up playing T-ball. I don't remember if it was something my dad just signed me up for, because I remember I don't know if he was like a parent volunteer coach kind of thing or what, but I just know he was there a lot of it. But regardless of how I got there, I just remember I didn't know what I was doing. So, quite frankly, I think having it recorded, I mean, aside from like sentimental value, I think it would have been great just to kind of look back and just see myself getting yelled at by parents or just other team members for trying to run the bases, because I'd hear people say go go go, and then I would think I need to keep running, and then I'd like pass first base and I'd start hearing no no and then all of a sudden, like before I knew it, I was being told to get off the field because I was out or something. Yeah, the little Brandon was confused during those times, and I think it would have been funny to look back on that. And now that I actually know how baseball works, man.
I like to imagine that these parents were like gaslighting you or just like making you think that you needed to run or do anything else, but you absolutely didn't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Like you hit it so far down the field that you could have ran an infield home run, but everyone's just like, "Why are you running?" And Brandon's like, "I don't know." He's having mental breakdown.
Oh no, the parents from like the other team totally could have taken advantage of me and could have told me to go. Because if I heard someone tell me to go, I was going. And if I heard someone say stop, then I would stop. Like I just didn't know what I was doing, so I was kind of relying on just the voices of whoever was there.
I love that. That's
like the equivalent
so
to like going to the doctors in your 20s and like looking at your mom every time they ask you any question. How are you doing today, Mom?
Mom, how am I?
What's the matter, Mom?
I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
go more on the lines of just like, "Are you sexually active, Mom? Am I sexually active?"
Oh, yeah, but like I don't exactly remember my age, but I was young enough that it was the kind of T-ball where instead of someone like pitching it to you, it was just they had it on like the
Oh, it
little
was just
stand
sitting
thing
on
for
the
you to
stick.
hit. Yeah. And I think it was even at a point where like I was just bad. I just would like miss that sometimes, or I'd hit the stick below it. It would just I mean, I remember it was fun. I just didn't know why it was fun. I didn't know what I was doing.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Sentimental moments you wish you could have so you could laugh at yourself.
Like, yeah, exactly.
What about you, Grace? You have any sentimental moments like that?
I think that like we all know here, I was exceptionally bad at sports. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I'm going to anyway because you know what, it translates over. I think we would all love to see a compilation of me getting hit in the face with a soccer ball. Like, I feel like not only would that be funny, but that's not where this is going. But no, that would be really, really funny. My thing is, I was bad at sports in every single way. I wasn't fast enough. I didn't have the stamina. I didn't have the determination to stick through and get good at something. I don't know. I just was not a sports kid, but you know what? That never stopped me from trying. I did basketball. I don't know. I did literally everything that was fun. I
Never
like
heard
how
of
I said
that sport.
everything, but I can't think of any other sport off the top of my head.
I don't know. It's my favorite sport. I really love that sport.
But I'd say, again, I don't remember if I said this, but I think I hit rock bottom when I started doing volleyball in like seventh and eighth grade. I did it for 2 years. First of all, I was only on like the JV team because they felt bad for me. No,
Oh.
not junior varsity, just varsity. Um, I was only on varsity because they felt really bad for me. Because originally at like tryouts or whatever, there was supposed to be two two eighth graders on JV, and that was supposed to be me and my friend who I'll call Kelly. Me and Kelly were supposed to like be on the team together. Um, and that's because she missed the tryouts like altogether. I forget what she had going that day, but she couldn't make it. So obviously, if you wanted to be on the team, you defaulted to JV. I guess her mom talked to the coach and she made it on varsity, and they felt really bad that I'd be the only eighth grader on junior varsity. They bumped me up to varsity. So,
Oh.
Pity gets you places sometimes, guys. But anyway, I really enjoyed volleyball. I was not good at it, but no one was good at it. We did not win a single game all
Oh.
year long. I
Oh.
think we won one single game, but we were already so far gone it didn't even matter. But we still went out to Leatherby's like it was some big accomplishment. But essentially, um, I knew the basic rules, obviously, but I was really good at like I wasn't a spiker, but I was really good at like I forget what it's called. I was
Setting.
not a good setter either, but
Nope.
it's
Okay.
fine.
That's
Because
not the
we were
right
all
one.
too short to reach the top of the net either way. So it's not like we were all extremely good or whatever. But essentially I was good at like retrieving the ball and like whatever else. However, I was not good at serving the ball.
No.
And if you know how it works, you rotate. So you play every single position. Or at least that's how you play it in middle school. I'm pretty sure like professional, whatever, it's you stick to your
Yeah.
base. But essentially in middle school rules, everybody rotates so they get to play a different, spot on the court. And essentially, I always used to dread having to serve because everybody knew I couldn't do it. And like oh my god, I'm cringing. Sorry. So everybody knew I couldn't do it, but essentially I'm like so games in and I'm like, you know what? I feel it today. Like I feel like I'm going to do something really really good. And so I went in, I was super hyped. Everybody was hyped, we practiced. You got that like hype song while practicing and warming up. So it's a full rotation. They always put me last, obviously, because I suck. But a full rotation goes by, and then it's my turn, and I'm like, you know what? I feel it. I feel the ball. Like I got this. Like I got this. So I take a deep breath, and I hit the ball. And you know what? That shit went completely behind me.
Wait.
It went through the basket in the basketball hoop directly behind me.
Wait, so this is as in like you missed the ball, or like when
No,
you
I
hit it,
hit the
like
ball. I just hit it all the way behind me into the basketball hoop.
So,
Yeah.
Brandon, to help you visualize this, she probably hit like the ball swung a little early and hit like directly underneath it to where it went up, but with a backspin on it behind
Yeah.
her.
Yeah. So essentially, It did. It went into the basketball hoop. Like, I made a basket. Like, it didn't even bounce off the backboard. It made it in, like, perfectly. And
Damn.
so I turn around and I'm standing there in awe, and everybody's laughing, and I don't know what to do. And nobody else knows what to do because, like, it's funny, but, like, that must be horrible.
Dang.
And then that's the whole thing. And then I just didn't know what to do. And then they just, like, rotated again, and I was just like myself. But oh my god, that was fucking horrible.
That's fucking amazing.
Wow.
Tragic. I don't even know how. I just remember being completely mortified because even when I was on basketball, there was no way I could make a shot back. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well,
Damn, dude.
that's pretty funny. Another instance for me, as far as like moments that I wish were on film, was when I was in 6th grade. We would all like eat lunch outside of these like picnic tables, and I had like a really small school. Like it was K through 8, but it was still smaller than any school you've ever seen. Really, there weren't a lot of kids there. But we were all like separated based off of like age group, so it would be like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and all those different divisions and whatnot. And so we're out there. But like for some reason we're like the only ones out there. It's just us 6th graders, so I think we just got let out of class early and got to have lunch early. Uh, and we're all like sitting down, whatever. And this is when bottle flipping is like the thing now,
Oh,
apparently.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
everyone's just out there like flipping bottles with every single finger that they got. And everyone's just like, whoa, oh my god, that's
Yeah.
so awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
we were stupid and really freaking annoying, and we were just like, water bottles? What about like actual like water bottles, like kind of like the hydro flask ones, except they're just the plastic ones. And so we're just out there flipping people's like actual water bottles that are plastic on like those really terrifying picnic benches that have like the holes in it that are gonna get children's fingers broken
Yeah.
one of these
Yeah,
days.
we had those, I think, too.
And we're doing shit like that, and these are also on the sidewalk, so if anyone missed, it would just break your water bottle. Well, that's besides the point. We're all like flipping whatever and like trying to get it, and meanwhile I'm just flipping a normal water bottle because I didn't have like an actual water bottle, so I'm still flipping like the Aquafina water bottles. And then like my friend Andreas is like about to stand up, and he's got like his hot lunch tray in his hand, about to go get like seconds, I believe is what he's doing. He's just getting up off the table, getting ready to leave, whatever. And I'm standing up, flipping water bottles. I'm pretty sure I'm trying to flip the water bottle on top of the umbrella that's above the picnic table, which is a sphere, and probably impossible. But that didn't stop me. I was just throwing a water bottle while people were trying to eat lunch, and it was falling from the umbrella. But as he was standing up, I was just, in my mind, I was just like, I'm gonna bottle flip onto his tray. Haha, funny. And I throw the bottle, and I go to flip it, and as he's standing up, it lands perfectly on his shoulder. Like, right next to his neck, on his shoulder, as he's standing up to lift the tray. And it
Oh.
lands, and he stands completely still in order to like help it balance, but it had already completely balanced by the time he realized it was on his shoulder. And we all looked around just like, whoa, what the hell? What? It was the perfect moment for him to land because he like lifted his shoulders up at the perfect like 90-degree angle to keep like a flat surface. But
Dang.
what was really funny about that is like after he did whatever and we moved like We moved the water bottle. He went to go do what he was gonna go do. We tried to like get the water bottle to balance on his shoulder again where it was, and couldn't get it to stay on his shoulder. No matter what we tried to do, we tried to like perfectly recreate the moment and just set the water bottle on his shoulder. But no matter what we could do, we could not get it to balance there. And I was just like, huh, I just like did a thing. Whoa! I just did something really cool. That was back in middle school, where like nothing I did really amazed anybody, so I felt really good about myself.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my amazing bottle flip story.
Well, damn, dude. Yeah, I definitely remember when bottle flipping was a thing. I'm jeez. Well, I'm gonna take it a little bit more back in time to elementary school for me, but well, if I have to say there's another instance that I think it would be funny just to kind of look back on and laugh at myself a little is the first time I've ever consumed a flaming hot Cheeto.
Cool, Brandon.
Huh?
You're so cool. I want to be you.
I know, and you know what? It doesn't seem like much, but if Andreas ever comes back on the show again, he witnessed this, and I have never like
Replace you with Andreas personally.
damn. Anyway, well, personally, like, at the time, like, I never really like ventured out into eating spicy food. Like, I've never obviously had like, you know, any kind of other variant of a spicy like hot Cheeto or whatever. So, and long story short, that day I found out that I could not hold my um, I like yeah, like our friends were just eating them. I was like, oh hey, I haven't had those before. Can I have one? And they're like, sure. And yeah, I pretty much immediately regretted that because as soon as I ate that, like I don't know why. I feel like I should not have had the experience I did, but like my face was so red that people were looking at me concerned, like I was crying, and I was I was basically dying. And let's just fast forward to like middle school, and I think it was it was the couple episodes ago we did the when Andreas was on, when we were talking about how like our school pretty much was also a kindergarten through eighth, so anything that happened early on kind of stayed on. Yeah, that incident stayed within my friend group, and they gave me crap about that for a long time. And honestly, if we bring it up, and yeah, they probably still would. So fast forward middle school, and where I joined the robotics our school robotics team. Funny story about that. I guess the people before us who actually named the team, they named it the Pyromaniac Technobots, but because we went to a Catholic school, they're like, no, you can't do that. So to make it more appropriate, you gotta add on the end lighting technology on fire. So on like the competitions and stuff, like we had the longest team name ever because it was basically Pyromaniac Technobots : lighting technology. It was the whole thing. And when the announcer announced us coming out to like to show off a robot or whatever, they would have to say the entire name. So like they would have like there's these other teams that were cool. That there's like this one team they had announced, silent bot deadly, and then they announced, all right, Pyromaniac Technobots lighting technology. And honestly, that would have been great if they recorded that too. But anyways, so as we were kind of worked on like project, because during that time, like I started out as like helping build the robot or whatever, and then later on, I just kind of more helped with like the project part of the team. So while we just kind of did that, our team was relatively laid back and stuff, and we had we would kind of snack on stuff throughout the while we were working, like red vines or just other just kind of candy stuff. But the I'm gonna talk about we also did some things with I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but they were
us. We did some
um,
things.
We did some
we
things.
I don't know why I'm blanking. It's the
Bad.
it was like the hold on, it's gonna come to me. It's like the candies that it was I don't know why I'm blanking on the name, but it
Hot
was like those
tamales.
red hot tamales. Yes, that's exactly what they were.
I was gonna see how long it would take you to get
Yeah,
there, but I guess
yeah, no, hot tamales.
Well, if you say
So,
red candy, I immediately think Jolly Ranchers.
Well,
so
I was thinking Jelly Ranchers, and then I figured that this had to do something with
Yeah, to be something
the hot.
specific, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, no. So, you know, I didn't learn, and so Andreas was also on robotics team, and this one other dude, we'll call him L. And I won't be using his name a lot in the story, but but he was a cool dude, and he did this with Andreas and I. But basically, we were like, what if we took 10 of these and we consumed them all at the like all in one mouthful. Each of us did 10 at the same time. And so we did
Oh
that.
my god.
And, obviously, like, we were pretty much dying. Like, I mean, I did not get any better with spice or any, like, just hot, like, just, like, food, consume, whatever you want to call it. Like, I was dying. Like, we were all just, yeah. And like I said, I don't know what we were really thinking, but you know what? Here's an even better idea. Let's go up to 15. Let's try 15. And 15 was at a point where I don't want to get gross or whatever, but like as you're chewing it, like they all just kind of merge into one glob, and it gets really hard to swallow.
Yummy.
Like we're all sitting there dying, and our team our we had a team captain, but we also had one of our science teacher was also like the our supervisor pretty much thing. And he's sitting there like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, we have a project we have to do, but we're off on the side freaking like seeing how many hot tamales we could consume at once, dying. But honestly, it was great times, and I think if I could have like a video to look back on that, because I mean, I can at least handle spicy stuff now. Like I'm not as great still, but I've come a long way, and honestly, just again for the memories and just to see how far I've come, I think that would be great to have. But
Can you tell me how your tolerance has changed now? Like, what's the spiciest thing that's like intolerable for you that you've consumed now?
um, well, I mean, as far as like food wise, like I've been good with like I can pretty much comfortably eat like jalapenos and stuff. Like I still like I get like I'll start like sweating or something, but I won't like cry like um
Okay,
I
can I?
can
Yeah, because I
I
asked
can
this. Oh, go ahead. Don't go ahead.
I was gonna say I can get through a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. Like I mean after some, yeah, I might get a little teary-eyed, but like I said, I won't be freaking like tears will not be rolling down my face, and I won't be like I want my body just won't stop functioning.
Yeah, I say this because the Scoville unit of freaking Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and those of you who don't know what Scoville unit is, it's basically kind of like an estimate of how hot things are.
Oh yeah,
It's not very
I
accurate, but yeah.
yeah, I think I looked up that scale once because I was curious on. I think it was like the Carolina Reaper or something like that. It was like one of the hottest whatever
Yep.
things. I was curious on how that compared, but
Yeah,
as you were
but
saying,
so the Scoville unit of Flamin' Hot Cheetos is approximately 8,000 Scoville units. I always go with the lower bar of a Scoville unit scale because that's typically where they will range. You'll usually won't find things reaching their higher ends of their like range. You'll find them more around the lower end. So, like Takis, they're about 8,000 Scoville units, which isn't anything. I mean,
yeah.
it's for to to give you like I don't know, some hope, I guess. The Scoville unit for jalapenos ranges around 5,000. So those are technically hotter than jalapeno peppers, but jalapeno peppers are not either. And hot tamales are also around 10,000 Scoville units. That depends on what flavor of hot tamale you get because that's like the hottest one that they released, like the extra hot tamale is like 12,000 Scoville units, but they also have this one for people like you, Brandon, where
Well,
it's their like passive hot tamales where it's only 1,000 Scoville units, and that's
well,
like barbecue sauce level of hot. It's so funny to me because like literally other condiments that have no spice or no spice kick to them are on a Scoville unit scale. Like you can find them on there. They're just very low. Like ketchup is like the base because I think it's like 10 Scoville units. So it's really funny to me. But yeah, those are like weak sauce compared to like anything else. You get like
yeah,
Frank's Red Hot Sauce, which is like 20,000 Scoville units. It's just
yeah,
like then there's also instances where you have Lethal Dose and Mad Dog 57, which are both in the millions of Scoville units. So
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah,
competing with
but
big game over there, Brandon.
yeah, it got to a point where like it was tradition. Like every year for that we were in robotics, we just ate freaking handful of hot tamales. Like
Just down
I
a hot
mean,
tamale.
I couldn't hold my spot. I mean, I owned up to it, and you know what? It was. Yeah, I think it would be. I really am curious how. I I just want to look back, kind of like, because I know it was bad. I just want to know like how bad it was.
To see you absolutely die. Oh my god, that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, but yeah, I carried that one with me throughout however long I was at that school. So yeah,
Maybe just get a better spice tolerance, my dude.
yeah.
Happy.
What about you,
Every
Greg?
single day, I just gotta progressively eat something that gets higher on the scale.
Honestly, though, that's how you train your spice tolerance. You just get something spicier. You naturally will build up an quote unquote immunity to it. It's harder for some people, but you can definitely double your spice tolerance like that. It's just kind of like working out. You gotta keep going for it.
Yeah.
So just keep eating them hot tamales, Brendan.
I just gotta increase the mouthful by one every day until I can't.
Until no more fit in your mouth. Oh my
Or
god.
until like I choke out just cause I can't like take them all.
Eating one more hot tamale a day until I fail.
Well, what a way to go out though. Like you're just at your funeral, like went out trying to make himself better, just not the way we imagined.
Oh my god. What about you, Grace? You got instances of your robotics class?
Wait, we what?
I said, do you have instances in your robotics course?
No, I do not. Can't say I do. I will say is I think the only thing that I got that was like really cool and worth mentioning on camera because everything I did was really, really stupid. Like in high school, I would do stuff like spit peanuts up in the air and then catch it with my mouth again, like crap like that. Like nothing cool. The only thing worth mentioning is something we talked about actually, same day that we had Andreas as a guest. I think you accidentally recorded it but didn't include it.
It's
And essentially,
possible.
the backstory for this is I was with my friend who I'll call, what's a weird name?
No
We'll call
name.
him Thomas.
Ew.
Almost the tank engine.
Shut
God
up.
damn it.
Essentially, the thing is I was even more abrasive than I am right now in high school. And essentially, I think I had like slapped him across the face like a few times for like different reasons, different whatevers. But either way, he was a tough guy. It was all in good fun and he didn't really care. Except one day I was like, yo, slap me back. And he was like, absolutely not. No. But I was like, why not? Like, you totally could. So essentially, I was like, hey, like, but what if you did? And he was like, but I'm not. And I was like, bet. And he's like, bet nothing. I'm not doing it. But I was like, bet you will. And he's like, bet you won't. And I was like, okay, but what if I got a petition with 100 signatures from people that go to our school by tomorrow at break, which was around like, I want to say 11, 10:30 to 11, depending on the day. And he was like, oh my God, that's so stupid. And I was like, but hey, if I do it, will you slap me across the face? To which he's like, you know what? Fine, sure, whatever. I will do it. But anybody who signs that petition is not your friend. Well, long story short, I got 100 signatures.
I think I signed that too.
You did. That is the first interaction I ever had with Brandon. He signed my petition.
You signed your death warrant.
Knowing what I know now, Brandon, would you ever sign it
I would
now?
sign it.
Oh, I yeah, honestly, I don't exactly remember how I ended up signing it. I can't remember if you actually told me what it was for or not. I want to say that because I didn't know you, that's probably, and if I knew why I was signing it, like, and I think the only reason that I probably would have signed it is because I didn't know you. So if you were to ask me to sign it now, then I would probably know. No.
I would just look at you and be like, "Are you sure?" Listen to your answer, and then that would
Yeah,
determine my answer.
some people were hesitant to sign it. Some people were like, I'll do it because you want to, but like, what's wrong with you? Other people were like signing enthusiastically and added extra notes like slap her really hard. So, it was a range of people. It was definitely a range. And yeah, so essentially I show up the next day and I was like, bam, look at that. Like I got 100 signatures. And he was like, oh my God. Because I don't think he was expecting me to actually do it, but I did. And so he's like, okay, I will bitch slap you across the face at recess. And I was like, yes. So essentially, recess rolls around, right? Or I keep saying recess, break.
I
Break
know what
rolls
you mean.
around. And we used to chill like in a hallway, and it was like the language hallway where like all foreign languages were taught. So essentially, we'd hang out in the language hallway, and I was like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready. But of course, like as like it slowly dawns on me that this is actually gonna happen, I'm just kind of like, oh my God, what did I do? Because he's like double my size, right? He's way taller than me. He's bigger than me. Like he's got some serious weight behind his like, slaps. Like he's serious. Like it's not gonna be like a thing that like I just shake off. Like he's gonna absolutely destroy my utter existence. And I kind of had that epiphany a little too late because I'm standing there and I'm just like, holy crap, this guy who's like double the size of me is ready to like destroy me. And everyone's kind of like crowded around like it's gonna be a freaking school fight. And I'm like, it's gonna be a school fight where I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
Yeah, probably.
Essentially, everybody obviously phones out, is standing there, and I'm like standing there in front of my like with my arms in front of my face, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. So essentially, he like moves my hands out of the way, and I'm like, okay, like I got this, like it'll be fine. So I remember I wanted to close my eyes, but I was like, no, I'm not. So I kept my eyes wide open, and he swung back. Like, he's serious, like, when you swing back to hit somebody. So he swings all the way back, and with every, like, ounce of strength he had, he slapped me across the face. And his hand was literally, like, the size of my face. Like, it was, like, all the way across from, like, cheek to ear, so my ear ached for the rest of the day. And I remember, oh my god, how bad my face stung. It was just, oh my god, it was tragic. Oh my god. It was just absolutely horrible. I not too long after, later that day, we both actually got called into the dean's office, which was really funny. We got called into the dean's office separately, and my advisor just kind of looks at me and he sighs and he's like, so I hear you got a petition to get Thomas to slap you. And I was like, absolutely, I did. He was like, do you want to explain that thought process to me? And I was like, absolutely, I will. So I was like, and I was trying to think of a way how to get out of this with both of us getting out like unscathed. I still had ringing in my ears, but in comparison to what could have been. So essentially I'm like, he said I wouldn't be able to take it because I was a girl, and so I did it to be a feminist. and somehow he believed me. And he was like, I feel like he just didn't want to touch that whole situation with a 10-foot pole because he didn't want to be like, well, you shouldn't have. You wouldn't have been able to. Like, I feel like he did not want to say that. So essentially, I was like, yeah, he barely even tapped me. It was more like it was like a situational thing, like it was the principle of the thing. And he was like, okay, please never do this again. And because I said he barely even like grazed me, he got off with a warning. He didn't even get detention. But yeah, no, he full force slapped me across the face, which I think the video was sent in chat when Andreas was talking about it because he had a video of it.
It was.
So you know what? If you want to post that on YouTube for the viewers to see, then go ahead. Go ahead. I
Y'all like blur out Thomas.
I will say I literally look like trash because I did not like do anything to my hair, and I wore the baggiest clothes in high school, so I look like garbage. But you know what? It's a garbage video of me getting slapped across the face by a guy twice my size. So you know what?
Imagine like Grace getting slapped by a blurred out figure. Just
I don't think you can see his face, so
you can't.
So I think
Okay.
we're all good. I think you can
I'm
only
trying
see
to think
Grace's face.
Our school's logo is on my sweatshirt. We might have to blur that out.
That's
because
fine.
they would
Yeah,
never.
well.
They would, knowing them, they would hunt me down. They're really serious.
I was
How
gonna
dare
say,
you
like,
alumni.
lie?
I was gonna say, like, I know I say this for like a lot of our stuff, but just imagine like the universe like 10 years from now, like the chance that your advisor just somehow listens to this podcast and he's listening to this episode, like wait a second.
You know
Liar.
You know what, JRP, if you're out there listening, I lied, and I'm sorry. But also, it was really, really funny at the time. Go follow us on YouTube and go check out the video.
Go click the info card that just appeared when Grace said that. It'll take you to an unlisted video. You don't get to watch it unless you click the info card.
I mean, it was fun. Like, it hurt. It hurt. My, like, face stung so bad. I remember I was so proud of myself because I didn't cry because of how bad it hurt.
Yeah, that's
But,
Wow.
bro, it
yeah.
stung, and you know what? I got it on video.
Yeah, everyone needs to go watch that video because the slap echoes around the school.
Yeah, you
The
can literally
slap
see,
turnaround.
like you can see in contact how big his hand is because it covered my entire cheek and my ear. You can see the fear in my eyes before, like, the slap actually happens.
Yeah. Oh
You
my
can
God.
tell I really regretted my decision, like, real quick.
Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely. Not to derail this train, but I just noticed that Brandon sent the pictures
I did.
in chat.
I
Oh my
did.
God.
I
He sent.
those weren't even all of them. Those were
I'm
just the ones I
sure.
wanted to say.
He sent 10 pictures, by the way. 10 of them. And
And-
it's the very first one, which is the one I was talking about. Yeah, I'm flashing on the screen right now. I love that it's a live video too, because if you press and hold it, I don't really change my facial expression. If I'm honest, I get worse.
Bro, why is there, like, cleaning detergent in the
I have
background
no
on a
idea. I've been
soccer
wondering
field?
about that too. I have no fucking idea. I was looking at that too. I'm also laughing at, I think it's photo number 8 of this montage.
Why do you have, like, Trump eyes? Like, they're so squinty and you can't see
It's
anything.
because my mom was like, smile for the camera, and I'm looking directly at the sun. It's like,
You just look so upset.
I'm really trying to remember because this was like I had talked to you before online and stuff,
This
but
was
this was
3
like the
years
first
ago.
day I was like
Yeah.
physically meeting you, so I'm trying
Yeah.
to remember why I took so many pictures. I don't
I
remember
don't
if it was
fucking
because
know
I
either.
wanted to or if it was like you or your mom that asked me
I
to, but
think-
I have a lot. Like,
I think my mom asked you to also snag some pictures.
yeah.
And I was just like, you don't have to if you don't want to. But you were like,
Photo,
no, I
you
want
literally look like a flamingo.
to. Anyways, if you go to picture number 8, you get my mom taking a picture of me in the background. While you're
Yeah,
also
I know,
taking
dude.
a
You
picture.
literally look like a flamingo that doesn't have its leg raised.
Yeah, there's the group photo. I look so dead inside. I'm looking at number 5 where like everyone's looking around and I'm just looking at the guy in front of me like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's because you're a Nevada boy suffering in California heat.
I'm just contemplating all existence. I'm flashing these on the screen too, so everyone can see just how dead I look.
Dude, the one of you holding the trophy where you're not even looking at the camera and you look like you just want to go home. Bro, oh my god, in that same picture, is that... Oh my god, okay, never mind. That's apple cider.
Yeah,
I thought there were
that is- yeah,
alcohol
that is-
bottles in the
that is
background.
Martinelli's, yeah, no. Those are
Bro, I
Martinelli's.
literally thought that those were alcohol bottles in the background. That's really funny. Wait, was your tournament in Fair Oaks?
Yes, it was.
Actually, I lived there. That was not 40 minutes in the other direction.
No,
That
yeah,
was like
I
2
know.
minutes
I think
away.
Brandon was the one who told me that too. I was just like, oh, did Grace not?
Wait, now that I'm looking at it, I think I know where that exact park is. That's really funny. I probably could have walked there if I really wanted to.
You also, like, I am. Brandon was there. I was like, was Grace not able to make it? And he was like, no, I don't know where she is. And I remember texting you, just like, were you not able to come? And you were like, I had some theater thing. I'm sorry. I was like, whatever.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. I forgot. Something came up.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, yeah, whatever. I thought, just based on how this conversation was going, I thought you were lying to me.
No.
That you lied.
No, I genuinely remember something came up because there was a reason I couldn't go specifically other than I didn't have my license. I don't remember because it's been too long, but I didn't lie to you.
Well,
Something came up.
that's about
Honestly,
the
if
time.
I'm being completely honest, it might have been like a family thing, and I just didn't want to say it.
Ah, okay.
I
Because
don't
I
know.
was gonna say that's around the time that I would have received the starburst picture as well before you joined. That's
Um,
around that same time, so you
Wait,
might
was
have
this
gone to
during the
theater
summer?
practice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then it might have been the Wizard of Oz practice.
You might have had practice.
Actually, you know what? It was because directly after the photos of Steve and I have are photos I took of you during your Wizard of
Oh
Oz
my
performance.
Wait, from the
god.
same day?
No, just like directly like after my photo
Oh,
Just
library.
okay,
later
Those are
in
the
the
like
next.
your
camera
Those
roll.
are the
camera roll
next
date
set of
wise.
photos. Yeah.
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I love that that's
Actually,
what
to hold on,
I love
hold
that.
on. No, actually, I got it backwards. Actually, I forget that iPhone like marks the date. Your Wizard of Oz performance that I went to was August 3rd. Steven's game, it says that it was August 4th, so it's literally the day after.
I don't think
Oh,
it was in August though, because that was definitely over the
hmm.
summer. That was a
Yeah.
summer tournament.
Yeah, but I think it was like before school started.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that tournament was late July for me. That might just have been when Apple
when you
updated
saved
it
the
to your
pictures.
cloud. Yeah,
Yeah.
when it saved to your cloud, because yeah, that happened
Interesting.
in late July for me. Was
Because
when
I
that tournament
remember
was.
definitely by the time I was texting you about it, you were already back in Nevada.
Yep. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you were just like, "Oh yeah, so is there another game?" And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm home. I've been home
Yeah.
for
I was
like a
like,
few
haha,
hours."
guess what? I have to show up early because I don't know how to braid my hair. I had
Oh,
to like
Yeah.
go there early and hope like one of my cast members knew how to braid. I know how to like braid, I just don't know how to like French braid.
I don't understand why I look so upset in these photos or just like so done with life because that was probably one of the best games I've played and the most fun I've had
and
You
playing
know
a
it's,
game.
what?
it was because your mom didn't get the recording. You're just upset.
You
But
know
that
what
even
else I
that
wish?
but this
You
was
know what
us
else I
winning
wish
that
was recorded?
championship. What?
That freaking performance of Wizard of Oz. The second show was better than the first, and I was suffering from heat stroke during the second show.
Oh
That was
god.
the performance of my life. No one could tell anything was wrong, but I was crying and being iced off like backstage by like all the stagehands. Like
Oh.
every time I was off stage, it was tragic, and no one ever knew I was suffering. Oh my god.
Damn.
You know what? That would have been super funny to get on camera. I would love to
Just
look back and be like, wow, you were dying inside.
just some tech guys just recording you just having the worst mental breakdown of your life behind the camera behind the
The
curtain.
thing is it was supposed to be recorded. Like my director said it was going to be recorded.
Hmm.
So it might have been like it might be somewhere out there. We just
Exists
don't know.
somewhere.
I
Oh,
do not know.
Before I wrap up, I wanted to add one more thing. It doesn't pertain to me, but it's something funny that I love that got recorded. So my high school that I went to had one camera in the gym. It was high up on the wall, so it could record basketball games and volleyball games and stuff. And it was monitored by this one controller that would move it back and forth, and that was monitored by one person
Couldn't be
during the
us. We
games.
had like 15, no, like 100 cameras all over campus.
Oh yeah, we had
damn.
several cameras all over, but this camera was specifically for
Oh,
watching
for
the
like
gym
games and
for
stuff.
games. Yeah, it was specifically for that. Um, but when my oldest brother was in high school, they would also record them doing the worship session that they had. So my school would have like a chapel that would go on. It would be like the small little church service kind of thing in school once a week, whatever, because it was a Lutheran school. And there would be like worship. There would be like a worship band, and then there would be like a little message. It would either be one of the staff members or like a guest speaker. Um, and then like that would be it, and they would record some of those as well. They did it here and there, and they haven't done it for quite some time now, but they mainly recorded that. They switched over to using that camera specifically for games and everything else many years later. So this camera at that time was the only camera in the gym at that point in time, and so it records the whole gym, and it gets everything. It's on 24/7, even after they're done doing chapel. So my oldest brother is in school. I'm pretty sure he's either a junior or a senior at this point in time. And they're taking down all of the stuff that is all of the music stuff. So they're putting all the cords and speakers and moving all the music equipment off. They had a stage set up because there was also going to be a school play in like maybe a few weeks, and it was all set up for that as well. So they had to leave some things up there. One thing that was still up there was like there was a curtain on the stage that made the backstage, but then there were also like these two really tall poles that I'm pretty sure were for like easy setup volleyball poles, volleyball standards, um, that were on the sides for some specific reason for the play. And my oldest brother is the only one in the gym after everyone has put everything away. But like music is still playing in the background, like on a track or whatever. And my brother starts pole dancing on one of those volleyball standards to the
Oh,
music that is playing. And it is getting recorded by the camera in the gym. It is sending not only a live feed to the people in the office who can see that camera, but is also creating a permanent downloaded video onto the school's hard drive of videos going on.
dang.
So, the day after that this happens, he is called out of class by the principal and sat down. And the principal just goes, "You want to explain this to me?" Plays the video. And my brother watches in awe as he's caught not strip dancing, sorry, pole dancing on one of the volleyball standards.
Oh my god.
Um,
Bro.
the best part about this is that this video was uploaded to YouTube. They uploaded it on the school's YouTube page.
Dude, oh my god, who doesn't check the video before they post it though?
They were aware of what it was. They uploaded it to their YouTube page. I don't know if it was the staff or if somebody
Dude, they were
did
like,
that.
this is the worst punishment
Oh.
we could ever give.
But yeah, it was on their YouTube forever, for several years. It was to the
Oh my
point
gosh.
to where people who went to the college with him, so after he graduated and some people went to the same college with him, his like sophomore, junior year of college, his friends from my school were showing people at his college that same video that was still on YouTube. That would have been 6
Oh my
years
god.
after it happened.
Oh my god,
It
wait.
was still on YouTube.
Did they remove it?
It's not up now. I know it's not up now, but my mom
Tragic.
still might have it. But yeah, I know that it is no longer.
Do some research. I would love to see.
If I could find it, I would love to. The thing is that it's gonna be so hard because they kind of just like said screw this nonsense to the YouTube and kind of just like kicked it to the curb and haven't really done anything with it because the last
Dude,
time
if I
they
were you, I
uploaded-
would have like found a way to save that shit, like
I-
anywhere and everywhere.
I would love to find where it is, but I don't think I'm ever gonna find it because yeah, I think it's the last time that they uploaded something to the YouTube, or that was like 1 year ago, and that was the first time that they uploaded anything since 3 years ago when Dylan's mom, ironically, was doing a video about about community. And the video that they
But you
uploaded.
checked, it's not there anymore, right?
Yo, yeah, no, it's not on their YouTube,
Oh my
100%.
god.
Because I know from my brother, who was the star of that video, that he checked it frequently after the fact to see when it would get taken down because he was not having
Oh my god.
it.
I mean, did he not complain to like any of the staff?
Oh, I'm sure he did, but I'm sure he also didn't realize it was uploaded because it was an unlisted video at first for a
Oh.
while. You had to have the link to watch it.
Oh.
But yeah, it was amazing. I will remember that video for the rest of my life. It's just way
Damn.
too good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I have one last thing to add then as far
Go
as
ahead, sir.
stuff that did get recorded that I don't know how it got recorded just timing wise, but I don't know if like I said, it's another thing that I think I've mentioned to you guys. I don't think I've talked about it here, but very first time I ever broke a bone in my body.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah.
Holy crap, I have this video.
Yeah. Funny enough, this was also just because me being bad at something, winter sports related.
Interesting.
And this this video that got, but yeah, it was recorded. It was when I was snowboarding, but it was my very first day of learning how to snowboard, and it was my first run on the bunny hill in which they teach you how to snowboard. I broke my arm. So the thing with snowboarding, the snowboarding lessons, like the very first thing they tell you is, if you fall, do not reach your hand or like stick your hand. Just do not catch yourself. Just like go like into a roll kind of thing.
Just let it happen.
It's like the first exercise we did was to just kind of stand still while we were strapped to the snowboard and just kind of make ourselves fall over and practice falling. And honestly, like my dad and stepmom, they just kind of left us. My sister was going to learn how to ski and stuff because she wanted to ski, but they just kind of left us to do our own lesson things, like while they did their own, skiing and stuff by themselves. So I was just kind of on my own with a group of people learning, and so I thought, I wasn't being like watched or anything like that. So then we just kind of go through the basics, and then the instructor's like, okay, let's go on the bunny hill. Let's just kind of try some of this stuff out. I'm like, okay. So then I'm going down the bunny hill, and everything's going okay. Like, I'm just kind of doing just slower, just back and forth, side to side for the bunny hill, going down it. And right as I'm about to get to the bottom, I don't think there's any way to really get the video, or if you can get the video, I can send the video. But basically, what happened was I was turning the stop, but I was facing toward the hill, so my back was turned the direction I was moving in, and my board just ended up catching the ground. And the thing is that even though like they tell you just don't stick your hands out, I fell so fast that my brain didn't have time to process. Like, it was just natural instinct. My arms just stuck out, and I didn't even have time to process that my arms stuck out so that I could take them back. And yeah, I fell, and I just pretty much most of the impact went on my left wrist. And and it ended up being broken, and the way we knew it was broken was because at first they kind of just played it off like, oh, I could still kind of move it, so they're like, okay, it's probably sprained. But then they're like, oh no, it's something more, after I ended up passing out on my dad.
Oh.
Oh my god, you could literally see his arm snap the wrong way.
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, I was gonna say the funny thing is this whole time I thought I was by myself, as far as like none of my family was watching me. But the exact moment, like I'm not joking, like if you watch the video, the exact like few seconds that it's taken in the exact few seconds that it's taking in is just of my fall of when I broke my arm and nothing else. Like none of the other me doing good on the bunny hill, just when I fell. Like my stepmom just happened to be right there recording when I fell and broke my arm.
Yeah.
We love her.
And
Yeah.
like,
She
And-
only wanted the juicy stuff.
You could see the moment when your board like hits a patch of snow and skids a little bit, and then and then your face not ready for that at all, and then the moment of your fall. It's all just a really nice play-by-play until you physically see the smash.
Like literally though, that video's not clipped or anything. She just hit start as I was about to like go down for my last turn, and then it just happened to be when I fell, and then she ended it because she was like, "Oh shit!" That was-
If you look back at the director,
I love how she
or
kept it.
whoever's over there, that I think he's an instructor, but
yeah, it was the
he
instructor. Yeah,
he looks like he's about to clap
Yeah.
at you for not reaching your arms out, but then realize you did, and he like puts his hands on his side.
Didn't he say
as-
like after he falls, he's like,
like,
don't
"Go
catch yourself.
Go catch yourself." I'm like, well, I caught myself because I didn't have time to think
And you
about
broke
it.
your arm.
Oh,
Imagine
that's-
watching someone break their arm and then being like, "Hey, don't do that."
And
I
then,
did
yeah.
feel really bad though because the literally he was telling us that it was important to him that like none of us reach our arms out because literally the day before while he was teaching snowboarding lessons there was a girl I guess who did the exact same thing I did. She tried to
broke her
catch
arm.
herself and broke her arm, and he said that he just felt really bad and like bad about
No, that's
himself for like letting that happen, and then that happened to me and I was like, oh no, it just added to his like
I remember there were these boys in my class and their parents were really close, so they went on this like snowboard skiing vacation together, and they both broke their arms snowboarding at the exact same time, both opposite arm. One broke the left arm, the other one broke the right. It was the funniest thing.
I took a screenshot of the moment before everything went to shit.
Yeah.
Brandon, don't catch yourself like that.
Yeah.
In that moment, if there's not like the the thing in the net in the background, the blue net, that would be a really cool shot, Brandon.
Yeah.
You look really cool. You look like a real snowboarder there.
Hey,
Then
you don't
fall on
know.
your ass.
Maybe I could do some snippy on the Photoshop.
Yeah,
Just
make
kidding,
it
no,
look
I
like
can't.
Brandon's just on a diamond. On a black
But-
diamond.
But yeah, I feel like
Oh,
that's
that's funny.
definitely. I don't know. Just I don't know if it was meant to be. Just get that one
It
just
definitely
specific
wasn't.
instance of time
Absolutely.
recorded, but it happened.
It was needed.
No, but yeah.
Alright.
guys, thank you for listening to the Third Wheel Podcast.
There's no third wheel today because I guess we're skipping that.
Not it.
Not it.
I don't know what I'm saying. Not it too.
I don't know.
I know. Steven,
okay.
would you like to go first since you're the one who picked the theme today?
I guess I can. Alright. Well.
Like, if I have to.
I don't know. I'm overly distracted about like just the pictures.
Yeah, they're pretty
the
funny.
Pictures, the videos, everything. It's great.
And
YouTube,
then
you're welcome.
did you rewatch the video of he getting slapped?
Oh, I did.
Oh,
If,
nice.
if you need time to ponder, I can go if you want, or if you have your decision. Go for it.
I'll let you go first, but real quick. Everyone, if you're not listening on YouTube, this is the episode you want to go listen on YouTube so that you can watch and look at all these pictures, the video of Grace getting slapped. I don't think
Yep.
YouTube will allow me to post Brandon actually breaking his arm. I'll cut it right before that happens.
Just a moment before disaster.
I mean, to be fair, they don't know it's Brandon breaking his arm. It just looks like a kid falling. Unless you know what you're looking for, no one would really know.
I'll right before it'll be that thing where it's just like it was at this moment he knew he fucked up.
I feel like if you were to ever show that to your younger sister, she'd be like, let's send it into AFV.
Oh yeah,
That's
100%.
quality humor right there.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah.
100%.
When everyone wanted to, when that was YouTube, when everyone wanted to be on AFV.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
well, yeah, Brendan, you can go first if you want to.
Okay.
Eager beaver over here.
Good stories today. Good stories. Steven, your one with your brother was actually really funny.
If I ever find that video, I will give it to you guys.
Yeah. Okay. If I had to pick the third wheel, which I have
Pick
to,
one.
yeah, that's part of the thing.
Yeah, you do.
I am going to have to go with Grace for this one,
Dogs.
and the way I say this because your stories were great. Your
Not really. They were kind of
what-
mid.
well, I mean, it was funny to relive the one where you got hit in the face with the soccer ball multiple times, but
I
that-
just said that would have been
it was-
funny if there was a compilation. That wasn't the story.
I know. I would just say it was funny to relive that memory, but like I said, to your point, yeah, it was something we had talked about already and stuff. But
Calling my
and
cousin.
then what? Eddie, and then your story was the volleyball was actually really funny. I have nothing
Yeah, I
to
know.
say about that. That was just funny.
It was also crap.
The only thing I have to say about the one you getting slapped, the story itself is great. As far as in terms of today's topic, like
Today's
was
topic was also
recorded.
amazing things that got on film. What are you talking about? You
I
also
know,
got
but
things on film.
as far as like compared to everything else, I feel like it was
compared to your
really
Flamin'
set
Hot
up.
Cheetos, I really
It was
failed.
like I feel like it was really just kind of set up to be recorded. It wasn't something that like happened to be
No, it
recorded,
wasn't set up to be recorded. The point is I was supposed to get slapped across the face and someone felt like recording.
I feel like I'm just
That's like saying
to a
all
marital
school-
dispute right now.
That's like saying all like school fights are like set up to be recorded.
not
No,
like
somebody
set up
happens to be recording it. I never asked anybody to record it.
not
I
like
never said,
set
"Hey
up to
guys,
be
look at
recorded,
this."
but it was very like prompted, like people were like
It
ready
was
to
you
record.
riding your snowboard.
Except for I
It was
didn't like.
Steven playing soccer.
You
could say
what you
anything
didn't
was
know,
prompted.
Brandon, what you didn't know is that your dad actually had a way of being involved in your fall on your snowboard. That's why your stepmom was recording. She was just like, I'll get his work. He's gonna do it this time. It'll happen. Your mom's in on it too. Your stepmom's in on it.
Dang.
All right. Well.
Whatever.
Grace, do you want to respond or do you want me to go?
Yeah, I'm also voting me. My shit was mid.
Oh.
I mean, like, I was gonna vote for Brandon, but then he had to throw out the freaking bodily harm thing that topped mine, so I can't even say anything.
Well, at least you humble yourself. I would love to vote for Brandon for not being able to handle a fucking hot tamale. Like that itself, your taste buds are the third wheel of this episode.
Okay, but that yeah.
Would love to
Very humbling.
Would love to play that card, but
Wait, can we also do a throwback to technically it was recorded? Remember when Brandon got pantsed?
Oh?
I thought we mentioned that.
No,
Nope.
I thought maybe we did. We
did.
It was the kicking back to the playground. Did we talk
that was
about
the
that one?
Easter
Oh,
race.
yeah.
Did that make it into the final?
That did make it in, yeah. I just thought I thought you were like saying something else because
He got pantsed.
that video does exist somewhere on the cloud though. That video is still out there somewhere. I know for a fact based off of the way that he worded that there is still that video out there. I'm sure if I looked hard enough I could find the video of my brother.
Anyway, vote for me so we can go to bed.
Alright. Sounds good.
I would also like to tell our viewers it's 2 in the morning.
It's no. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. is 2
Yeah.
a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
No.
Why do you need to clarify that? That's so
Because
unnecessary.
it could
We're
be 2
being
a.m. in
inclusive of all
Australia.
like consideration to the other.
Oh yeah, the two people that listen in other countries.
If it was 2 a.m. in Australia, it'd be like freaking 11 o'clock now. So
That's crazy.
he's
Can't
got a
remember when
point.
I asked.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah. No, I would love to just make fun of Brandon and vote him for being a third wheel because of the fact that he can't handle flaming hot Cheetos. But you know what? Honestly, it still wouldn't do anything because you voted for yourself, Grace. So, can't really change the outcome of
I could
this
change
one.
my vote. I could totally change it. Brandon,
Damn.
I'm kidding. Gosh.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to vote you, Chris. I love the volleyball story because I love just the anticipation beforehand, just like I'm gonna do something amazing. You weren't wrong, it just wasn't
I know.
helpful.
Like the fact that I was so freaking confident that game 2 is what really killed my soul. That's how I knew I wasn't gonna play again next year.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's just really funny, and I would love to see that and just have everyone be like lost for words because wow, that was cool, but also that's not the direction that should have gone. So yeah, but yeah, I'll have to vote for you, Grace. So that is that. Which one of you wants to take it from here?
Okay, guys. It's 2 in the morning and we're done. So subscribe, follow, do literally whatever, comment, enjoy shit post videos of us, I guess. And I like how we can post a video of me getting slapped across the face, but not Brandon falling on his arm.
Yeah, you know, it's weird how the world
YouTube's
works.
a weird place. Anyway, I guess I'm the third wheel.
Yeah,
I'll think of something funnier than being a duck next time.
Damn. Wow.
Damn. Oh,
I
shots
was
fired.
just trying to
Oh,
change things up a bit, but okay.
Shots fired.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I think I redeemed myself with the video game topic episode, though. I felt like we got good conversation out of that.
it was conversation. It wasn't really that funny.
Shots fired.
I wasn't going for funny.
You were going for thought-provoking. You weren't trying to be funny on a comedic podcast.
I feel like I'm just a bystander in this conversation.
No, what? Next episode, we're gonna duke it out with words, just because.
No, next episode, we're going to do whatever the hell I want, because you voted that way.
That is the agreed upon rules, Brandon. I don't know why you were trying to pick the topic.
Yeah, I don't know why you're tripping. Anyway.
I was beat. I was.
Well, this is interesting.
That's you. Anyway.
That's you. You just did that.
Your mama. Anyway.
Your mom.
I don't know what I'm listening to.
Your mother's mother.
Your mother's mother. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than I did recording it. I'm tired.
Wow.
Remember
that there's nothing wrong with being the third wheel except insert something funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a Brandon clip. Gonna put Brandon's stroke at the end of it.